Hey, what is up everyone? Today's video is going to be a little bit different from my usual ranked shenanigans videos. So I want to give my thoughts on Bison, our one and only Lord and Bison. So I've been playing him for about 3 weeks now, mostly in ranked matches, around the 1600 MR in Master. And I do feel like I have a pretty good grasp on the character. I'm no pro by any means. I've yet to play anyone in an offline setting. So everything I say in this video is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, I want to talk about the character and just put it in a video form and just kind of put it out there on the internet because none of my friends really play fighting games.
I don't have friends, I got family.
When Street Fighter 6 was first released, there wasn't a character that clicked with me. I've always gravitated towards a certain archetype of characters when it comes to fighting games. I love that mid-range, poke-heavy, bully type of character. Like in Street Fighter 5, I played Urien, Seth, Bison, and a little bit of Akuma. Street Fighter 4, Bison and Akuma. Third Strike, Urien, and Makoto. But with Street Fighter 6, to be honest, I was a bit disappointed with the starting roster. I didn't care much for the World Warriors. The new characters, I guess Marissa kind of fits my playstyle. She had heavy buttons that can be plus if you charge them. She can bully her way in with like the Superman punch, and then she can keep the pressure going with the dry rush. But her character design, just her aesthetic, it did not appeal to me. And for me, that's kind of important too. Like, I want to feel cool as I'm whooping some ass, I tried out all the characters, got several of them to master, but never felt like I had a main. I would say the character I put in the most hours into would probably be like Dalsum or Aki. Dalsum because I like the challenge, and Aki because her playstyle was unique. Then when Bison got announced, I was very excited. He wasn't number one on my character wish list. I'm still holding out hope for Urien or Makoto, hopefully next year. But I did play him in SF4 and 5, and he looked really fun in that gameplay trailer. They kept showing combos off of bomb setups. Like, you could tell they were pointing at, like, trying to tell you in the trailer, hey, this is how you should play Bison. This is his whole game plan. Like, you put the psycho bomb on them and then it'll detonate after a certain time, or you could combo off of them for big damage. And to me, that sounded awesome. I thought that was a really cool concept. I don't know if there's been other characters like that in other fighting games. Let me know in the comment below. I know he had the Psycho Mind V-Trigger command grab in 5, but I was worried because what made him fun for me in the previous iterations of Street Fighter, like in 4 and 5, was his strong and oppressive normals and specials. He's basically like a powerhouse character that just walks you down with strong normals and just push you into the corner with his specials. He's like always trying to steal turns and like punish you for contesting, and that's exactly the kind of playstyle that I enjoy. I wasn't able to play him on release due to some real life stuff, but after I got my hands on him, all my worries kind of went away. He reminds me, he's kind of like a mix between Street Fighter 4 and 5 Bison. He got the oppressive scissor kicks, but not as absurd as Street Fighter 4. That shit was busted. And you also have the heavy buttons that are +1 on block, just like in Street Fighter 5. But even then, from the get-go, just playing him for about an hour in training mode, I could tell he is a very strong character. I mean, like, you even have pros like Nemo, Problem X, Dogra playing him for like a month and already deciding to main him for EVO. Like EVO, one of the biggest fighting game tournaments in the world. That's how much faith they have in the character. So he has to be strong. When I was playing him, I feel like I can just press buttons and throw out moves. Bison has what I like to call a lot of like feel-good moves, and what I mean by that is that Many of his normals and specials, you can just throw him out and it feels good. It doesn't matter if they block or not. If they block, it's still your turn. Even if you're negative, like say from a well-spaced scissors, you're still safe, and you can even spacing trap afterwards. So you're just always pressing buttons, and it's always your turn. And if they get hit, you get to choose your own adventure with your combo. You can choose to do a shit ton of damage with Psycho Crusher. You can mix up with scissors, or you can put a bomb on them to continue pressuring.
But wait, there's more.
Even after your combo ender is still your turn. You know, with the Psycho Crusher, you get amazing screen carry and Oki. With scissors, you get a strike throw mix up, and putting a bomb on your opponent feels so good. I swear, I get a little bit of dopamine hit every time I put a Psycho Bomb on them. He also has no bad buttons. Like, all his normals are amazing. They all have their own usage. Like, his lights all link into each other. His standing jab is one of the best jabs in the game. It's fast, has a very long range for a jab. Oftentimes my opponent thinks that I'm out of range for a light, and then I would just do like a standing jab, buffer into scissors. And you know what's great? In the corner, the pushback makes it safe. And his mediums are great for hit confirming and buffering. Not as good as Street Fighter V, since you don't get +2 on block with the standing medium punch anymore. It's 0 on block now. But you can do like a high-low mix-up with the target combo, only -3 when block, which is pretty good in Burnout as it becomes +1. And then crouching medium kick, that's a low that can cancel into a drive rush. I mean, what more do I need to say? Standing medium kick, very good poke, long range. It's susceptible to drive impact, so it's fair and balanced. But his heavy buttons are what make Bison. His oppressive normals, his standing heavy punch, back heavy kick, they're still both +1 on block, and they do chunks off of their drive meter. Doesn't matter if they block or it hits, it's still your turn. You can spam it if they're playing scared. You can hit confirm with lights if you think they're going to mash. Just making the right read afterwards feels so satisfying. Matchup wise, I think he does pretty well against most of the cast. The characters I struggle most with are grapplers, especially Geef. But I feel like Geef is just cooking everybody right now. I don't know if it's me or other Bisons have this problem too. Even characters like Manon or Honda, I struggle with. Maybe it's like my playstyle, because I'm very trigger happy with my scissor kicks, and you don't really want to be in their face when you're negative. So, other characters that give me a hard time are like characters with strong screen carry and rushdown options, like Cammy, Ken, and DJ to a certain degree. Bison does well in neutral against them, but once he's in the corner, it feels like a 7-3 matchup. You're just fighting for your life, and I have to say, I think that's his biggest weakness, because he has no good get off of me move. But don't get me wrong, he's still very good. Like, if I were to make a tier list purely based on ranked matches, he would be for sure top 5, below like Cammy, Ken, Zangief, and others. So I was like reviewing my replays. Yes, I'm a sweaty player. Most of my losses, I noticed my opponents would play at this range in neutral. It's just right outside of the light scissor kicks range, and they would just walk back and forth in that range, just waiting for me to throw out scissors that are either too close and they punish with like a light, or it whiffs and I get punished hard. If you think about it, when you play at that range, it limits a lot of Bison's options. Like, you can't scissor kick, none of your normals will reach. Your best options then are like drive rush, normal, jump in, and I guess if you can get a charge off like Devil's Reverse, or maybe I just suck at footsies, but it's definitely something I need to work on more. I can see all the non-Bison players taking notes right now. Anyways, so the biggest criticism that I've heard from most of the big FGC content creators is that he's very basic. You know, he's easy to play, he's bland, which I'll admit, he's pretty easy to just pick up and play. You know, right out of the box, you can start cooking with him. You can easily get him to master just doing basic bread and butter stuff like standing medium punch, crouching medium punch into whatever ender, you know, EX scissors if you have the meter, and that leads into a heavy bomb. And if they have the bomb, you EX cycle crusher, and then you can go into a super or another bomb. You know, pretty basic stuff. But if you want to like optimize and squeeze every bit of damage you can from a combo, there are harder stuff that you can do with like the bomb timing. Like a lot of people think OD Cycle Crusher is the optimal route when your opponent has the bomb, but really you should be going for OD Scissors. It has better damage, better Oki, better screen carry, and better enders, just better in every way, but the timing for the setup is a bit trickier. Like after heavy bomb, you can drive rush overhead. I don't need to go into detail, I'll just show on the screen. I also saw Nemo doing some optimal DP punishes with meter dump. Yeah, I'm not a very technical player, so I'm sure there are a lot of Bison techs out there on Twitter. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that he's got the sauce. You know, you can play him super basic and easily get him to master, or you can be a sweaty gamer and optimize all your combos with high executions. Like, who cares if other people say he's brain dead? You know, what matters in the end is that, is he fun to you? Because I'm having fun playing him, and I'll continue playing him until Urian or someone else fun comes out. Okay, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Thanks again if you guys watched until the end. Sorry if it was a bit rambly. I'll continue playing SF6 and making my ranked adventures videos. I've been having a lot of fun editing them. It's a great way for me to scratch that creative and comedic itch. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.